Hello, my dear friends. I'd like to share a very short story about something that just occurred at the garden tomb in Jerusalem where Jesus was buried. I'm God's witness in the world. I'm witness to both acts of kindness, selflessness, and love. And I'm also witness to acts of cruelty, sin, arrogance. And today, I was meditating underneath a tree right next to the burial place of Jesus. Simply being peaceful and quiet, as I normally am. And I had my eyes closed, and I was simply sitting there, listening to God's prayers for me. I never ask God for anything. When I pray, I listen. And that's my prayer. The truth of prayer is to listen to God, to not ask God for anything. But a garden attendant came up to me and he interrupted my meditation, asked me, "What are you doing here?" And I said, "I'm just sitting here, meditating and praying." And he said, "Well, is this Eastern meditation or something like that?" And I said, "What difference does it make? I'm a holy man, and I'm in communion with God." And then he said, "Well, if it's Eastern meditation or something, that's not allowed here." And I said, "How do you know Jesus didn't practice this?" And he said, "Jesus didn't practice it." And I said, "Are you Jesus? Unless you're Jesus, you don't know what Jesus practiced and what he didn't practice. In fact, all God's witnesses, all manifestations of enlightened beings are the same. And so we listen to God's prayers for us. We don't ask God for anything, ever. We're at God's command.
Everything was lined up pretty well, but oh really? Yeah, this is fun.
And so therefore today I'm witness to arrogance. I'm witness to immense human arrogance. And so I told him quite plainly who I am, what I am, and what I'm here to do. I will tell you, it doesn't matter how many times you say praise Jesus. You are not saved unless you follow the way. And following the way means inviting every son and daughter into every house of God, even inviting their practices, and especially if they're sitting in peace and silence, you would disturb them, grab them by the arm, and take them out of God's house? How dare they? And I told this man 3 times, "How dare you? How dare you? How dare you?" And when I say it 3 times, I mean it. And these practices are going to change because they're not God's truth. God's truth is to invite every son and daughter into every house of God and be welcoming, and especially those who come and sit in peace and silence. And so I say to this man, where my presence is welcome, so are God's graces. And where my presence is not welcome, God's graces are absent. And I will say, look at the country of Indonesia as an example. They demanded an unreasonable amount of money for me to return because of their greed and arrogance. And now their country is subject to earthquakes and volcanoes and destruction. God is tired of human arrogance. And I am very peaceful, very kind, and very loving. But I will stand up for what's right. And when I'm witness to arrogance in a house of God, I will speak about it. Be welcoming to all, my dear friends, and that's the way. All my love to you.